Hello everyone, my name is Mukesh. I am a second year MBBS student from JMCS Sundarar. Today I am going to discuss a small and interesting topic, that is production of catecholamines from tyrosine. As you know that the phenylalanine is the essential amino acids, and this essential amino acids by the reaction that is handled by the phenylalanine hydroxylase gives rise to tyrosines. Okay, let's see first the structure of phenylalanine. Phenylalanine is nothing but phenyl groups attached to the alanine amino acids. Okay, as we know that the normal structure of amino acid, that is NH2 and central carbon, hydrogen and COH group, and there is R groups. Okay, so in case of phenylalanine, that R group is CH2 along with the phenyl or the benzene ring attached. Okay, so if in phenylalanine if we will add a 1 OH group at the para position, that gives rise to parahydroxyphenylalanine, which is also called the tyrosine. So okay, when the tyrosine is used for the production of many catecholamines like dopamine, norepinephrine and epinephrine, which I am going to discuss in the subsequent videos. Okay, and the step of the reaction is irreversible. That means we cannot synthesize phenylalanine from tyrosines, but phenylalanine can give rise to tyrosines. That's why in deficiency of phenylalanine hydroxylase give rise to PKU, that is phenylketonuria. Okay, let's see the steps of the production of catecholamines from tyrosines. Here is the tyrosine amino acids, which contains NH3CH2 along with the OH group at the para position, that is para-hydroxyphenylalanine or the tyrosines. Okay, similarly phenylalanine hydroxylase, this tyrosine hydroxylase requires O2, NADPH and tetrahydrobiopterins. With the help of this tyrosine hydroxylase, tyrosine is converted into dopa. That means here the enzyme it's indicate hydroxylase. That means the attachments of OH groups. Hydroxylase means the attachment of OH group. That will be the attachment of OH group at the meta position of the carbons. That is give rise to a catechol ring or the catechol nucleus, which is the characteristic of a catecholamines. We call these catecholamines because of the characteristic, because of presence of catecholamine rings in their structure. Okay, so dopamine is a dihydroxyphenylalanine. Okay, this dihydroxyphenylalanine with the help of dopa decarboxylase, that means there will be the removal of COH groups. Okay, this COH group will be removed and it gives rise to dopamine. Dopamine is neurotransmitters. Okay, most function in the brains, and in decrease in the dopamine level gives rise to Parkinsonism. We'll discuss in the subsequent videos. Okay, so let's discuss the formation of norepinephrine from the dopamine. Dopamine gives rise to norepinephrine with the help of dopamine hydroxylase. That means again we come the hydroxylase, there will be the addition of OH groups. Okay, there will be the addition of OH groups, that dopamine hydroxylase. Here the OH group is attached to these carbons, and this is compound. The compound which is formed from this is called as epinephrine, norepinephrine, not epinephrine, norepinephrine. Okay, and norepinephrine, it indicates nor means there will be the absence of methyl groups in the structure. As you see that there is no any methyl groups, that's why it is called norepinephrines. And after this norepinephrine, with the help of N-methyl transferase, we will get epinephrines, where here the methyl donor is same, that is called as adenosyl methionines, that gives rise to adenylyl homocysteines and giving the methyl to the norepinephrines. Okay, here the name it indicates N-methyl transferase. That means the transfer of methyl group will take place to the N of the norepinephrine. That's why it is called N-methyl transferase. Okay, so in epinephrine the methyl is attached to the NH2 groups. Okay, if we will attach here the CH3, it will get converted into the epinephrine. Okay, similarly if we will add another methyl groups at the catechol O position of the epinephrine, that will give rise to metanephrine. Okay, that will give rise to metanephrines. Here the reaction is catalyzed catechol O methyl transferase. That means catechol O methyl transferase, here the methyl group is transferred to the OH of the catechol rings. Okay, OH of the catechol ring. Similarly, metanephrine gives rise to vanillin mandelic acid. That is the urinary excretion of the actual metabolism process, that is done by the monoamine oxidase. Okay, and there is the VMA. This is the actual pathway where this takes place. And if we say about the catechol rings, there are two subsequent OH groups attached at a subsequent position, that is called catechol ring to the benzene. Okay, catecholamines contain these rings in their structure, so called they are catecholamines. Okay, in few chromocytomas, excess epinephrine and neuroblastoma excess non-epinephrine, their excess production leads to urinary excretion of the BMA. urinary excretion BMI is increased रहेला. Okay, that is the diagnostic importance for the pheochromocytoma as well as the neuroblastomas. Okay, thank you all.